everybody. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Inside the Sugar Skulls as Tucson heads into a Saturday night showdown with San Diego. Sugar Skulls quarterback Jake Medlock joins us now here in studio. First time we've had you on this show. We appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate it letting me coming on.
Kind of a long drive in traffic out here to the east side to our K-Gun studios and CW studios. Jake, you're coming off a 4 straight loss, and it was a tough one. You and I were just talking about it. So many things didn't go your way that could have gone your way. How do you guys keep that right mental frame going?
You know, during the week of practice, we got to stay together. We've become more of a family this week, and you could tell through practice we're being more together as one. We can't control what happens. We can only control what we do as a team. And so we've definitely seen a big change this week.
Well, that's good, right? I mean, the closer you get, the better you can be as a team. The 4-game losing streak, there wasn't a game in there where you guys couldn't have and maybe should have won, or at least had a great opportunity to win.
Oh, absolutely. Each game that we lost, we all know we shot ourselves in the foot. We've done some things that you're like, come on, man, like we got to do better than this. But we're learning. We're still going. It's still a long season. We're definitely ready to keep going.
The season that you're putting together has been impressive, and I know that you and Matt Barrett are splitting time in a lot of cases. You guys have developed a pretty good relationship, you told me.
Oh, absolutely. Me and Matt become he's considered one of my best friends. We've always had each other's back. We help each other no matter what, on and off the field. He's a great guy, and it's awesome to have a quarterback with him with me.
Your stats, your numbers have been really good, again, in the time that you've played. What is it about this game that you've been able to kind of adapt to? Because you're obviously a guy who had a great college career, but you don't expect to be playing something like this. You're not preparing for this in your career.
Right. I'm a quick learner. I've watched the game. I've learned from other quarterbacks. I try to pick every guy I know, and it's definitely paid off the last couple of years in the arena leagues.
What's it like to throw those deep balls? I mean, it's got to be fun. I mean, you're sitting there looking around. You got walls, you got padding, you got.
Oh yeah, I'm a deep ball guy. I always want to throw the deep ball. I want to wow the crowd. I want to get it hyped. This year I've done a lot more learning as a quarterback. Checking it down. Coach Jen's done a great job of helping me develop my game even more.
You last year led the league in all the key statistical categories. You were with Cedar Rapids. They've changed their nickname now in case people don't know, but it's a team you don't play this year, but you had some success last year with them.
I did. I had some great guys at receiver. I had a great offensive line that protected for me last year. I definitely would change those numbers for more W's any day.
Yeah.
There's games where I had 6 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns. I'd change it for 1 touchdown and a W any day, anytime. But it's definitely been a great adventure, even with the receivers I got this year. They're great receivers, and I got the best offensive line in the league, hands down. No one can argue that at all. So if anyone wants to argue it, we'll just look at the numbers. So.
Well, and you've got 2 guys that you played college ball with. They're blocking for you, right?
Oh, yeah. Mike and Trent, man.
Yeah.
Those are my guys, my center and my guard. We were definitely college roommates. It was great, knowing that they were out here. I looked up the roster before I even came out here, and I was like, oh, there's Mike, there's Trent, those are my boys.
Yeah.
So it was great knowing that they're here and, continuing what we've built in college.
You are known as the passing quarterback, but we've noticed a little something that you're able to run the football too. It's not just Matt Barrett that can run the football at quarterback. You can run it too.
Oh yeah, I'm sneaky with it. People don't realize that about me because I always want to throw. I'm not the guy that wants to run. I only run if I have to run. I'm definitely more of the thrower. But I'm going back to my college days a little bit this year. Valdosta State my last year, I ran the ball a lot more than I ever had, and so. I've had a couple games where I've been able to take off, and it's shown a little bit that I still got a little bit left in the tank.
Describe what it's like to drop back in an empty backfield and have that linebacker charging at you.
Whew, that's different. Knowing that no one's protecting you on that linebacker. We've actually come up with a good scheme where our center will touch the nose and then go get the backer because a nose guard is a lot slower than the linebacker, so that just split second helps out a lot.
And the linebacker's at full head of steam when he's coming at you, so if you can't sidestep him, things can go wrong in a hurry.
Oh, absolutely. You better get ready, have your helmet on tight.
Exactly. You've got a really good running game this year, though, too. Not just you and Matt running at the quarterback situation. It's been a really good situation as well, running the football for the Sugar Skulls.
Oh, absolutely. Mike Jones has done an unbelievable job. He's very, very talented guy, and I keep telling people, I'm like, listen, this guy's gonna make it. And, you know, I've been around this league a couple years now. I know talent when I see it, and if he keeps staying the course, Mike Jones will definitely get another shot in a bigger league. He can do it all. He blocks, he runs great routes. You know, he runs the ball hard, which we saw last week, and that's why he leads the league in rushing.
Yeah, and you know, you and I were just talking before we came on the air here. 27 years old. You've been at every league, you know, level in professional football except for the NFL. What is it going to take for a guy like you, you know, or guys like you to get shots in the NFL?
You know, you just got to have that right coach. You know, Coach Coleman is definitely that right coach for me. You know, and Coach Guy with our ownership too. You know, this is the group. If you want to get moved up and you want to get that one shot that you really want, this is definitely the franchise that you want to play for.
And if it doesn't work out, that NFL dream, I know you have really big coaching aspirations.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely going to get into college coaching once my career is done playing. I just feel like I got a little bit left in the tank of playing wise. I want to get it out. I don't want to live with any regrets. But definitely once I'm done playing, it will be the coaching side.
You've got a father who's a coach, so it runs in your blood. And usually those players who have dads that coached and helped coach them are some of the smartest football IQ guys that you'll find.
Yeah, my dad's done a great job. You know, I've been with him since I was 2 years old. There's pictures, you know, and I would always ask my dad questions growing up, just wanting to know more about football, you know, and so did my little brothers. My middle brother is a strength and conditioning coach at FIU right now.
Okay.
And my little brother just graduated, and he's about to get in the coaching world as well. But yeah, my he's done a great job with us and teaching us everything and how to be the right man, and also a father figure for all of us as well.
Yeah. You and I have talked as well about your helping mentor and coach in Jacksonville, where you're from, the high school quarterbacks that have now gone on and are getting scholarships to play collegiately.
Yeah, I worked as part of a quarterback academy called 6 Points in Jacksonville, which is definitely by far, to me, the top Florida quarterback training group in of all Florida. And we've had some great quarterbacks come out. And this year coming up, we got two seniors that are going to be competing for the Elite 11 finals, Carson Beck and Jeff Sims. He's committed to Georgia right now, and Jeff is committed to Florida State, so we're excited to see what they do in the Elite 11 finals.
Two top programs in college football, for sure. The difference in this game, besides the obvious half the size of the field, what has it been? What was the biggest adjustment you think you had to make as a quarterback coming out of the outdoor game?
The speed of the game. Yeah. You gotta make sure as a quarterback you're on time for everything, because one little mishaps and it's pick six or it's an interception or something crazy is going to happen. You know, we gotta, as a quarterback in this game, you gotta make sure you're always timing with everything, and that's the way to be a successful quarterback in this league.
I think a lot of us are still, I don't know, maybe we're not as hot as we were back on Saturday night, but we're still a little upset about what happened at the end of that game. Not certainly with the way you guys played, but there was a missed holding call on the touchdown for the Iowa Barnstormers. That's one of those things that you have no control over, but I'm sure it was one of those moments that you got hot as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we were upset about it, but, you know, it's part of the game. You know, it's about how you answer to it. Now, the big key is going to be this week. How are we going to answer to San Diego after a week like last week? You know, and I think we're going to answer very well. I mean, we've had a great week of practice. We've prepared the right way, you know, and we're ready. We're heated. We want to go out and show that, you know, we're starting to believe we're one of the best teams in this league, and it shows.
It probably, just a casual viewer would say, okay, you're 3-5. How can you say that you're, one of the better teams? But realistically, if you follow this team closely, you know that you guys are one of the better teams. It doesn't show it record-wise, but there's still an opportunity, and there's still plenty of time to get this thing turned around.
Oh, absolutely. It's still a long season. You know, we've been working on all stages of the game. We definitely, got to pick up certain areas, in which we are, offensive-wise, and we want to be perfect. We're fighting for perfection. We want to score every single drive, because then if that's the case, there's no chance or nothing. So, we're doing a lot better on the offense with our little mistakes. Defense has had a great week of practice. Defense has been clicking on all cylinders. You can tell that everyone's starting to come together. Special teams even more. We're ready, and we're ready to get rolling.
You always talk about opportunities in this league to get to the next level. you've got a kicker now in Josh Gable that is one of those guys that first he was kind of a YouTube sensation, and then he gets Bill Belichick to bring in into camp. He's been to a couple of other camps, and he seems to have the leg strength. And maybe he just needs an opportunity at the next level.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. I know Josh very well from last year because there was a couple he booted against us. I was like, man, this guy's got a cannon. Josh is a special kicker, you know, and he definitely deserves another chance being up in a bigger level. We always have competition, me and him, after, because I like messing around. You know, we're drop kicking off, punts, whatever, and he's got a special leg.
Yeah, and just maybe, again, another one of those guys that just has to get a chance. And perhaps now that he's kicking a second year in the indoor league, they see he can handle pressure kicks. That certainly is something, if you put your coaching hat on, that you'll wear someday. That's what you want to see, a guy that can do it under pressure.
Oh, absolutely, because that reveals what type of player you are. When there's pressure at you, how you going to react. And so he definitely is that type of guy that I would want as my kicker on my team.
Yeah. We were talking, you, Jason Barr, and I, our sports director, we're talking about what kind of player, how you would describe what kind of player you are. And, you know, you've got a really strong arm, but you've got a big frame too. So there's a lot of comparisons, and I know that, you know, Ben Roethlisberger is certainly one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, and that's how it was all the way through my career. You know, especially in college, people are like, oh, you're just like Big Ben. You sit there, you know how to extend the play, but you're not extending the run. You're extending to throw the ball deep or find something. And then also, you know, my big arm, I've been compared to Brett Favre since high school.
That's a good one too.
So I'm definitely a gunslinger. They used to call me the Schmeiser in German, which stands for gunslinger. So
and you played in the German league,
sure
right?
did.
People probably don't even realize. So we look at it as the NFL, the CFL, and then we think of the indoor leagues, and I think we both agree IFL's at the top of all the indoor leagues. But the German league, you say, is right underneath the CFL.
Oh yeah, German league is right up there. You know, when I was in the German league, 7 of us got picked up either by NFL or CFL teams, and people don't realize that. You know, it's outdoor games.
It's outdoors, yeah.
It's outdoor game, and there's talent out there that people don't realize. They're just hidden talents.
Yeah, that's crazy that we don't really understand that there's a whole league in Germany that's doing really well. This league is doing well. The IFL now with 10 teams. You've been in it a couple of years now. It seems to be headed in the right direction.
Oh, it definitely is headed in the right direction. You know, you got the right people running the league, and teams are showing out. The fans with the support is unbelievable. You know, you can't do it without the fans.
Yeah.
And you know, I think in the Boneyard we got one of the top fan group in the league. So definitely looking forward to packing out the stadium again. So, but it's been good. It's been great to see the growth of this league still.
You've been around town. Your teammates have been around town. You guys do a lot of events each week. What's it been like to meet the Sugar Skulls fans in person? Oh,
it's been great. They're great people. You know, the people of Tucson have been amazing since the day we got here.
Yeah.
And I can't thank them enough for what they've done for us and just hanging out with them and everything. It's been a great time.
Yeah, and the ownership. It's unusual to have the head coach of the best team in the league also be the owner of your team.
Right.
But Kevin Guy and his wife Kathy, along with Ali Farhang, have done a really good job of setting this up.
They've done a perfect job. You couldn't ask for more as a franchise, and as a player for a franchise. You know, they've done everything. They've treated us right. They treat us like professionals. You know, they've done a great job, and I couldn't thank them enough.
Let's talk standings now. You know, here you are, 3-5. You're just on the outside of that playoff spot, but you've got some winnable games coming up. There you see the standings, and you see it. You guys aren't that far off.
No, we're not that far off at all. We just got to get a couple more wins under our belt, you know, and finish these games, and we will be in the playoffs. You know, we want it, and we're working for it, and you know that's what we're all talking about, all the way from coaching staff all the way down to the players. You know, we want this, and we're going to make sure it happens.
You're going to play San Diego, the Strike Force, coming up Saturday night at Tucson Arena and on our sister station, the CW Tucson. You're going to then play them again the following week in San Diego. So this will be the third and fourth time you face San Diego. You beat them the first 2 times. Is there a certain challenge with facing the same team this many times?
No, you know, you take every team, you know, week by week. You know, once we play them this week, you know, we'll get clear at minds, clear everything, get ready for them the next week. You know, we don't ever overlook any opponent, no matter who they are, and we just take it one day at a time, you know, one snap at a time, one play at a time, you know, and so we're just ready to get rolling and get on a winning streak.
Yeah, get a win and then make it 2 in a row and go from there. That would be great. Well, Jake, we appreciate the time. You've been terrific for the Sugar Skulls so far this year, and we can't wait to see you put that helmet on and entertain the crowd at the Boneyard coming up on Saturday night.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see the fans and get rocking, and let's go get a W this week.
All right. Sounds good, Jake. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Thanks so much for watching Inside the Sugar Skulls.